Give it up one more time for Chris Sharma, everybody. He's very funny. Give it up for the lounge at the end of the universe. 5 more drinks. 5 more drinks. Yeah. So my name is Samson Large. That's my real name. It's not a stage name or anything. And there's one thing that I've always been told my whole life, and that's a good porn name. So much so that it was ingrained in my head that I was gonna give it a shot. You know, I was gonna give it my best college try. And so I went to school. I got a degree in marketing, you know, to better market myself, and because I wanted to have like my own website. I didn't just want to be, you know, some guy out on the hub. I wanted to drive my own traffic, you know? And I also waited until I was like 25 because I wanted to, like, you know, fully develop. And I got to 25 and like some things didn't develop to the proper standards, but you know what I'm saying. I got a not big dick. That's the unfortunate part for sure. No, I also just couldn't bring myself to do it because of the relationship that I have with my grandparents. Like, they're so supportive, you know, and they watch me tell dick jokes on stage, and they watch my shitty podcast every week, you know, and they're always there for me. And I just couldn't do that to them. I couldn't make them also have to watch me, you know, throwing the dick around online too. That's cruel. There's another reason though, and it's because of how competitive they are. Like, my grandpa also has a way better porn name than me. My grandpa's name is Dick Large. It's like right on the nose, or like the head, you know, like really hit it hard. And so he would just obviously win that fight every day of the week. And then my other grandpa, he's also got a better porn name, you know. He's dead now, but he was cool. His name was Dick Johnson. And it's like both my grandpas are penises, and one of them is a big one, and one of them's penis squared. Like, what? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. So yeah, I didn't do porn. I decided to do stand-up instead, and that's why I'm here, you know. And like, stand-up's fun because I get to do a lot of writing, which is cool. I like to write. I go to coffee shops a lot and write in coffee shops, and I actually was in a coffee shop writing, and I thought of this like joke, and it's based on the public perception of hot guys versus ugly guys, right? So say you see a hot guy and he's sitting alone at a coffee shop and he's like writing into a journal, and you see him and he's just sitting there alone and he's kind of dreaming, you know, and you're like, he's probably writing something that hot guys do, like music or like poetry or like maybe stand-up comedy. And you're like, okay. And then you see an ugly guy, and he's in the same coffee shop, and he's writing into a very similar journal, and he's writing how ugly guys write, you know, kind of frantically. And when you see that guy, you think, fuck, that's a manifesto. That guy's gonna hurt some people, you know, because people have hurt him. No, I wrote that joke in a coffee shop. It's funny because the way that I came upon this joke, actually, I was writing alone into my journal, and I looked up and I made eye contact with a woman, and she frantically packed up her things and left. And I was like, this is now my manifesto. That joke is awesome. I love it, and it's true, except something pretty big happened recently, and it shows us that hot guys can also have manifestos. I'm talking about Luigi. Luigi. Yeah, ladies, he makes me wet too. Reads books. That's crazy, you know? No, it's wild to like fly in, shoot a CEO, and then you go like get McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania afterwards as a celebration. It's crazy. But I also fly places. We're gonna do that as a transition. I also fly places for work. I fly a lot. And I was on a plane this summer, and it was going through some turbulence, and we were in the back of the plane, and in front of me there's a like daughter, and then across the aisle from her is her mom. And the way I can tell that they were mother-daughter is because when the turbulence happened, the younger one reached and was like, "Mom, I'm scared," and they grabbed hands. Then the guy next to me, who was a dad, I could tell by the way that he interrupted their situation to give useless advice. He goes, "Don't worry, flying is a lot safer than driving." And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, and so I like out loud, I'm like, yeah, statistically, you know, like, but you don't walk away from plane crashes as much as you walk away from car crashes. Like, you can roll a car down like a 250-foot embankment into a lake and just get out and be totally fine, no injuries, but you definitely cannot do that with a plane, you know? And it's crazy to me, the difference, like, because, you know, you can land a plane, like, wheels down on a river in a city and without injuries, and you're a hero. But you crash one car wheels down into a lake in northern Idaho, no injuries, and you're an inattentive driver. It's unfair. Thank you guys so much for coming. Chris Sharma's gonna be right back up here. Buy more drinks.
Samson Large, everybody, right there.